we were looking at some old Roman ruins. Yeah. And in this old, Roman whatever outpost, they had brothel. The tour guide told us this whole story about how the guys would sneak away from their wives, and they had like these like penis arrows, hidden penis arrows. And we're still there. Still there. Yeah. That's sick. And it was like there was underground tunnels to get there. It's just funny to think that even back then, like guys were like trying to sneak behind their wife's back and do shit. Just regular.
What documentary, Jonathan?
Guys back then. Yeah, it's just, and there was no way you were gonna get caught cheating back then. It was probably like a whole guy's life. That part of the guy's life where like some woman followed him, found the secret passage, and they had to fucking change it. Yeah. Like all we hear about is like murderers and stuff like that. Yeah. Like Romans had regular lives. Regular lives. They ate fucking hummus sandwiches, and they probably had a version of like a radio show.
Oh, the wife is like, Psycho just sent me a friend request. I'm scared. He called the police.
Would you have fought a lion back in the day?
Heard.
Would you have been in the Coliseum? Would you have been fighting lions and stuff? I think I would have.
No, this is a History of Hyenas.
I think that would have been so great.
Documentary.
When I saw that you could have a harem, that would have been my goal back then. Yeah, and I think that's like rock.
She's a bit agoraphobic, but she's fine.
And for me, and my job would be, because you would be the emperor, and I'd be like the first in my job.
No, this is History Hyenas.
Make sure that emperor,
which is it's almost like a documentary, but it's just like a comedy podcast. And they used to do a lot of history episodes, but lately it's just been more of a comedy podcast, but it's good either way. Probably like it. What was my wife showing me just now? She's showing me a painted dominoes. Paint on dominoes. Little canvases. Not sure if I see myself doing that.
The girl's really hot, like a smoke show. We say she's for Rome, or our fans were like Rome, and that means that comes from we had spoken about John because of our emperor. He would order me and Vinky. We would have to take women that he liked in the village for Rome. They're the property of Rome, and we would pay the family.
My wife is agoraphobic.
For Rome, and they just be on the line. Just be legal.
We're not allowed, right? Yeah. Yeah, you get it.
Oh, I guess we're not going to
It's different kinds of people, you know. Her upbringing makes her agoraphobic. It was crippling at times, but it's nothing we can't overcome if we have to. I said that correctly.
It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Are you too nice to guy rules? I might be too nice.
Fix the spacing on that chest symbol. It's not bad. It's a little bit off, but it's close enough, you know. It's kind of a fluid guy who moves around.
Chrissy would just say, he'd say yes to everything. So like, hey, she'll be like, hey, the Vandals are at the border. Should we let them invade? Chrissy would be like, yeah, they're probably nice guys. Yeah. No big deal. Let them in. How long are they staying for? How long are they staying? No big deal. I mean, if it's 10 out of 10 text, I'm going to read it. And if it's what you want. Yeah, I said to Giannis, I said, why am I even allowed to vote? And then Giannis said, yeah, if you look at the 1,000 years long of Roman democracy, doesn't and can't have. I mean, Queen Elizabeth, probably the most successful ruler in modern times, she was dictator, so maybe it's just what we as it's deserved.
It works with me, though, because I have PTSD, as you know. I intend to keep to myself and the few friends that I do keep. Right. Yeah.
But I would come in and save you from death by talking to them, tricking them,
yeah, I bet that's true.
As you would know, as long as I had one or two girls in my family with decent feet to munch on, I'd be measured and firm, and I would rule for 50 years in Pax America. I would have people executed, but nobody would admit who I executed. Binky would be executed for body shape. Make zero mistake. I would have Harriman clean what I wanted. And I said, we should do a modern day Rome sketch, and they never wrote back. And then I said, listen to me, you listen to me good. I have fat, waiting at 2:43 this morning. And then I say, but he said, yeah, you'd be clean for a German, but I can't say that part because
See what you mean. Technically, it can be off. You know, it's good enough as long as the image works. It's fine with me. I'm not gonna kill myself about it. More for the PTSD and the soldiers. Yeah, you know, it's crazy to think how life would be without some of these people in our lives, huh? Or just life is weird, isn't it?
Of course, look, gambling's now legal countrywide. Right. If you're gonna do it the easy way. Go with the most reliable. You go to my bookie. You're probably at
gambling is now legal nationwide. Is that right?
Here's the deal, though. This is how you gamble as one of our fans. First of all, you go to my bookie and you put in the promo code hyenas. HYENAS. The promo code hyenas, and guess what? You are going to get a halfway match on your deposit. So if you put in $200, they're going to spot you another 100 to play with. And because it's halfway, they're going to spot you halfway. They match what you put in. You go to mybookie.com, promo code hyenas, gamble away. Seriously, please use the promo code. Go to my bookie. I mean, even whether you like to gamble or don't like to gamble, I mean, what other site's going to give you half of the money you put up to $200? So if you put in 200, they give you 100. I mean, it's unbelievable. You put in 100, they give you 50. I mean, because you do. I'm not good at math, but that's right there, right? Yeah. And yeah, if you're a Hyenas fan, there's no other way to do it. Put in the promo code Hyenas, and they take care of you that way. Because look, we're a couple of guys that come see you, and we don't see you in a different way. We take care of you. We take care of you, and it's anything you want. UFC, presidential prop bets, any major sport, whatever you want, babe. They got you. MyBookie's got you covered. MyBookie.com, promo code hyenas. Dude, do it. It's Thanksgiving. Go bet on those games, y'all. Yeah. All right, as always, we're brought to you by Tim Dillon's Belly Hair. I mean, this kid, he auctioned the tier and he won the tier. He's got a fantastic charity, truly fantastic. Giannis and I, and everyone at Hyenas have donated our money towards it, which goes to a great cause. It's a charity in Ghana, Africa, that rescues children from child slavery and gives them a safe place to heal, grow up with an education. The website to donate is touchalifekids.org. That's touchalifekids.org, brought to you by Tim Dillon's Belly Hair. Here's the Hyenas. You have at least one parent. Yeah, we all, there's something about our parents that we all have something off our own parents on the show. Sure. Christy's dad's got no spine. They broke every bone in his back. Yeah, Giannis is body stay and died. The guy's left about 4 times. My dad's got a physical issue, and then his parents, we don't know anything about that. They don't really appreciate regret. Yeah, they just know that they don't really know exactly her whole life. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, the truth is, is black women, and it's tough for a father to swallow. And we call that in the Greek household the double whammy. Yeah. Let's just be honest. Her brothers were nice to us when we bought the pizza, but they don't really appreciate or approve that. Job, yeah. Now, shout out to Charlotte for the thank you. Great brothers. Yeah, the nice one. No, it's about $8 for fucking company. Yeah. Yeah, you're fucking 8 pieces for free. You're not on a company call. Now, a kid. Jeremiah's the nicest guy. Life is a fucking show. You know this stuff is fucked up, man. So, the question
like the fact that you are against, or rather intellectually smart enough to realize that the human need for a military is foolish. Did I say that? Why would I say that? I don't agree with that. I think that, of course, you need a military. I'm patriotic in the sense that I miss my dead friends. However, Einstein once said, I know you, of all people, will greatly appreciate this long quote, so taking time getting to it. He who joyfully marches to music, rank and file, has already earned my contempt. Ooh, how dare you. I enjoy that. He has given a large part of his brain by mistake to his spinal cord suffice. Once heard in his claim. Oh, he's talking about marching in a military parade. Well, I can appreciate that thought. I agree with that to a certain extent, but you know what's even more deep than that thought? Because that's like the intellectual raging against the machine. Every intellectual feels that at some point in their life. They're like, man, fuck this. You guys are idiots. You don't even know what you're so happy about. You think you're happy, you're killing people, right? Everybody knows that. You know that better than anyone, Jonathan. But what I think is a more adult way of looking at it, a way that I've adopted lately is, and you probably share this way of thinking too, is just that people have different people are, they grow up, right? They start out as babies and they get older and they change, and then eventually they get much older and then they die, right? So like the person you start out as is not the person you end up as, and for me to agree with that quote, I feel like I'd be like disparaging anyone who feels that at any point in their life. And you got to just be like, you know, maybe they're right. Maybe they're smarter than me. I don't know. I try not to think I'm smarter than anyone, but personally, I do disagree with just violence in general. But like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. What I've learned is that everything is different shades of gray, and things sometimes that you wouldn't think are necessary are necessary. But most of the time, I think that that our government lies to us about all kinds of things, and that we don't need to be as violent as we are. But it's really neither here nor there. It's really not a big deal, because it's just the story of the world. You know, it's just how things are. We can try to act in our personal lives in a different way. There's nothing I can do to stop this war machine that's been going on for 1,000 years, aside from just try to fix my world. And those are just two different worlds, man. There's the world of the military, and there's the world of the individual outside of that. And so once in a while, those two things coincide, and that's really, really unfortunate. You know, I'm happy that we've never had a war in my lifetime in American soil. You know, I got the military to thank for that. Sure, it's like a demonic Faustian trade, but hey, you know, it's better than nothing. It's better than dying or being destroyed, some might say. I think that life is very confusing, and it's hard to see why God does the things he does. But when you zoom way out, like far into the future, things will start to make sense. But for right now, we're in the middle of a chemical reaction. It's very hard to tell what's going on. And it makes a lot of people very frustrated. My commander was not happy. Do not write that. It's good debating material and good learning material to discuss. Yeah, yeah, it definitely pulls the. If I was your military commander, I would be happy that you wrote that on the board, because then a lot of the people who feel the way that you do would make themselves known, and then maybe I would want to weed you people out because you're not completely allegiant to the cause. You know what I'm saying? So I imagine that they're not very happy with people who are anti-militaristic, and well, it probably depends on your trooper or whatever. Right? Maybe your guy was cool with that. You agree. It took many years of wisdom to be able to say that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always looking for shortcuts in wisdom. And one that I found that really works is just let it go, man. And when I say let it go, I mean the whole thing. Literally. Like, yeah, you gotta hold on every day and fight every day to keep your family and your life together, but like in general, just fucking let it go, man. Like there's not like don't be stressed out about it. Just like something happens, just let it go. Sometimes things happen where it's like, how could I ever let this go? How could I ever forget this? I don't know. Life is too complicated to even think like what I'm saying right there. Like that's not even good advice because it's just a case by case basis. Just try your best and like just freaking life is brutal, man. Wisdom and philosophy are the hardest things to talk about because nobody knows what we're talking about. It's like a very depressing topic to me because it always leads to well, you just gotta make the best of it. It's like, well, nobody wants to hear that, you know. It's like, well, you know, life isn't that bad for me right now, but it could be later, and it's pretty bad for a lot of people in general. So I just see, I'm already doing it to myself. See, I put myself in this like kind of depressive mode where it's like, well, you know, who knows what God's plan is? I guess it's just to watch us all tear each other apart like little monkeys. It's like, well, then, you know, God must not exist, which I don't agree with. I'm not atheist, but it's like the ultimate like depressive kind of thought is like life has no meaning, life is pointless, which very well may be true, but that's like multiple layers of like this depressive thought. Like, what are you supposed to do about it? What's so what, you know? Which is fine, but it just makes me feel like I'm on a roller coaster and you gotta hold on tight, and it's like I'm not enjoying this. I'm not having fun. That my older brother keeps forcing me to go on this goddamn roller coaster. And for moments it's fun, but if you ask me if I want to go back on the roller coaster, I'm gonna say no. But he keeps fucking forcing me back onto it every day. It's like, Jesus Louises, man. I can only imagine how people feel who are really, really pissed off about their life. You know, it's like just never ending. Let's talk about something better, like comic books or something. That's why I don't like religious organizations, is because they claim to know what's going on. They don't know anything. They're so it's looking pretty good. The army certainly does not want free thinkers in the ranks. Promise you that. Yeah, I bet that's true. You want me to be able to do math on the fly. To throw in my dope book to make a shot, you know. No, I don't know what you mean. It's human nature, I think, that God is omnipotent, however, not omnipresent, infinite power, but not all places at the same time. Much less for the roller coaster ride here. Yeah, I've heard that argument from a lot of Christians. I get what you're saying. I just don't. Sounds like semantical stuff. Let's talk about kick-ass books, storylines. Yeah, something better. Something that's, well, you know, comic books are just right on the surface of godliness, right on the surface of philosophy. They don't go any deeper, which is good. Sometimes I just can't. I'm just full up on that stuff. Like, I've turned off all news for basically since like March, April, May, June. Since like June, I've seen like 3 or 4 articles of news, and then I watched the presidential debate just for a laugh. And my life's a lot better since the news is over, but it still haunts me in the background. It's still relevant. I wish everybody else would just ignore it. I'm trying to find something amusing here. I'll listen to an offensive podcast because you can't really hear it anyway, so who cares?
Right, Adam's going to the little girl.
I'd say that hit girl may be getting her own movie series all grown up and destroying people with a few scenes of Kick-Ass. I liked Hit Girl and Kick-Ass. That was cool. That was very cool.
I wonder if we're going to, now that Biden's president, we're going to have some, because I really feel bad for the trans people getting the hole.
Why do you say that?
So, I mean, it's not there yet.
You don't think so?
No, you gotta keep a thing. You gotta keep like a fucking.
Everyone? I thought that was in the back of the past.
No.
You gotta sleep with it.
You gotta sleep in the
cucumber in your
yeah, it'll seal up like a gauged out ear. Yeah.
But at certain point, it stays.
No.
Why don't they do it like you do
It's a wound. Your body's like constantly in a state of like something's wrong.
Yeah, but if you just, there's gotta be ways to stop that.
Yeah, sleeping with a dildo every single night. And also, like, it'll start growing hair on the inside sometimes.
What if you put a pocket pussy in there?
You'll see, like, there's like forums where people describe, like, what do I do about the smell? Everyone in my office is complaining. And it's like, I guess maybe you should, like, microwave bananas or something. It's like, oh, it's my lunch.
Bananas?
Yeah.
Why bananas? Because it's a strong smell. Bananas are a smell. It doesn't smell like pussy. You should microwave fish.
Neither does their vagina. That's the problem.
Yeah. Maybe it does. Maybe
Can you imagine if a woman
having
just,
a really stinky
like a cis woman's, her pussy just stunk up in office?
I feel like I know a couple. I've experienced that.
Can you make out all the offensive things they're talking about, Jonathan, or is that barely
like cheapo
audible?
Pussies just making, like just.
Because I find this podcast to be amusing. I don't. Sometimes they say horrible, horrible things, but I find it to be pretty funny. It's like South Park level.
Yeah. Why did Claudia have to go to
Podcast.
Mexico to get the gender assignment
If only
surgery?
we had put pussies on the fucking on the healthcare.
Yeah. Why didn't we all give that fucking GoFundMe which is I was annoying, just like in their office, like typing away or whatever, and then somebody's coming by.
Try to turn down just a tad. I want to listen to this, but it's far too offensive.
The door is Megatumors
Megalomar annoyance.
around the door,
He's wearing a hazmat suit.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just get back to typing now. I gotta believe there's a keyboard just being smashed into pieces. It's like, oh man, I'm typing a letter.
Now let me ask you this: it's a really shitty law of mine. How far?
super funny. I heard something last night about gay hyenas or something crazy about how a hyena would self-identify transgender or something like that. Whatever. That was a different podcast. I just switched it. That podcast is also offensive, but not as offensive as this one. That was History Hyenas. I'm actually allowed to say the name of that podcast out loud, but this one you're not even allowed to say what it is out loud because it's that offensive.
Stretch it out, maybe the other side of the tennis ball. You get to Memorial Day weekend. That's what we used to do. We went there in Delaware days. Me and Bo would stretch out. My friend Eric, he got a pussy. And we'd stretch it out the size of a volleyball. Leave on Friday. We'd be down on the shore till Monday. Rehoboth. We'd go down to Rehoboth. We'd meet guys.
What pronoun would they use? Canines, hyenas, shenanigans,
Eric was amazing.
I don't know, man. I'm just loosely, listening to these guys.
It used to be every guy had a pussy. He's so tricky to do.
Hyenas have vaginas that actually extend outward and they reach into the males and take the sperm out. That's true. That's what do they call them? It's like pseudopenises or something like that. That's just how hyenas breed. It's kind of like a role reversal thing where they have sex with the males and take the sperm.
A victory. That's a fucking show, dude. My man is getting largest turnout in the presidential election. Yeah, because he sort of ate Obama's cadence a bit. Yeah, totally. 8 years ago. Because he did such a it's very slight, and you can go into Obama. It's like it's combining Obama and middle right. But not a full on. He doesn't do the full O. It's just a pinch, and then he's also got kind of like an old person accent. He's very tricky. Obama's got a little bit more baritone. Jim Carrey. Come on, second Jim Carrey. Not bad. I thought it was terrible. It's hard to do Biden. Yeah, we'll find a good Biden guy one of these days. They had 8 white guys on SNL. One of them can't do Biden. I feel bad for people. That's it. Really good. That's as close as anyone's ever going to get. Really good, man. For victory. Yeah, the stocks in the Trump comedy. I've been a president. A president that unites rather than divides. That's pretty good. Yeah. Rather than divide. But that's a little southern. Divide is a little southern. It's not divide. It's divide. Divide. I don't know. I watched the movie. That's how he says it. I watched the first Black Island movie.
Now I believe in the chupacabra. He told me about Sigourney Weaver extending vagina aliens bullshit. Yeah, truth. Which reminds me, the next paid commission is going to be Sidebar. It's time for now. Ooh, what is it? What is it? This is it.
They were like lawyers together, and then some kids got cancer. It was a fucking weird movie. That sounds like a good law firm.
Not all the kids have cancer, only the ones that are slow. So it used to be everybody got cancer, and then we come around, and now it's only the retarded kids that get cancer because they're slow. Watching, he's in Gone in 60 Seconds. He plays like the old guy, the car thief or whatever. Really? I gotta see that movie. No, it's so bad. It's really bad. And they put on Lowrider. Nicolas Cage is like, not yet. And he just gets to like the and he's like, okay, let's roll.
Okay, let's roll. Pretty funny.
Dude, that's crazy. We all watched Nick. I watched The Rock. I watched Snake Eyes and then For the Fall. I've been on a little Nick run.
Every movie should have him and Robert Duvall.
Well, I watched The Rock because I wanted to see some
I understand. It's not just the president's men. It's all of the president's men. The president has got men, and there's all of them. Not just 1 or 2 or 3. We're talking about every single one of the men that the president has. It's really is not free, and we're going to free him. We're gonna take him to the whale and we're gonna feed him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was the trainer, wasn't he?
It's a whale.
You're right.
Can't let him go because he lives in the zoo. The whale belongs here in the zoo, and if he gets out, he won't know what to do with himself. We're trying to go down there and fuck them all.
The whale will?
Yeah.
The whale was trying to get pussy from everywhere?
Used to be a whale couldn't get fucked. Me and Barack Obama, we had a conversation where I said
It's hard to go from Duval to Biden.
he's close.
There's a little overlap.
Yeah, there's overlap with everybody. It's called the English language.
Oh no, there's not overlap. What's the overlap between Robert Duvall and Michael Jackson? There's a lot.
Yeah.
They're Eskimo brothers. Yeah, they both got food.
Yeah.
From wrestling. What's her name?
Doesn't matter if your color is black or white. It can't be any kind of color.
You can always be my baby. I can't do it.
You don't want to be a color.
You can always be my baby. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. I can always be my baby. Yeah, she also says in a different way.
I'm trying to have sex for the first time. As American people have spoken and they want to let me have sex for the first time.
I am sexually attracted to doctors. The first Italian. Oh yeah, you saw that picture of Kamala? Absolutely. Who is she with? Martinelli. Martinelli got
Okay, sir.
with his glaucoma.
I was thinking of doing something with aliens on one cover. One of them in particular with Sigourney Weaver's character being venomized or an alien mother queen being venomized. Oh yeah, they do. They are asking for it. Or just normal Xeno being venomized. All those ideas seem cool. Maybe do it on like a blank or something. Something from Dark Horse for sure. Maybe they have alien blanks out there. You never know. Yeah, members Predator with Predator. Brutal man. Jeffrey Epstein. It would definitely become a meme or something, right? But I mean, if that's we can if you'd like. I have no qualms about it. No qualms.
At the Department of Education, we got I guess, yeah. Why the fuck not?
Housing and urban development.
She sounds like me one.
Yeah, she sounds like me one. Yeah, got him back.
I like the idea of using 4 episodes in the show to work out one impression. Getting kind of close and then getting drifting further and further. Yeah. Just no jokes, just a workshop.
I think that's pretty good for his muscles.
That's a free one. Well, also too, it's like most of the people who listen to the show, they're really fun.
Yeah.
They're going to have future content. They just
Well, especially the best ones of this.
Yeah.
The ones we like to hear from.
They're all going to be successful comedians. It's just they gotta just keep getting drunk and DMing people about wanting to get in this comedy. Obviously, it's because of Corona. That's why. Obviously, that's why. You know, otherwise they would be popping. Otherwise, they'd be Central. They'd be. I certainly we have no idea what we're talking.
No.
You definitely. It's the audience. So a workshop kind of show.
And in fact, yeah, it would be good because then they can actually tell us their opinion. Then they can just be shaking with rage, seeing us commit. But we'll get some constructive feedback. Yeah, we can get some notes.
For sure, I'm just kidding. Commission silly workings. That would be universally considered funny. I think that one would be considered pretty funny. just generally because it's like a meme, but it definitely would be in the silly category for sure. But you know, silly is okay. Clayton just put out those Cousin Eddie remarks. They didn't do that great financially, but you know, I think they did end up selling. So, and what? Too great financially? That's a joke. They did do great financially. I just mean they didn't sell as quickly as the others. Commercially, I guess is the word I should be using. Commercially, they sold less quickly than the others. But as long as they're in someone's personal collection, you know, they're not trying to be mass sold in a mass market. It doesn't really matter what the art is, you know. It's just whatever the person who buys it, if they value it. Sometimes the fact that it is a silly piece of art makes it, you know, valuable as well.
Almost completely every instant he's so close to just falling.
Man, it sucks. You guys can't see anything with that glare. That sucks. If I could just have the lighting change just that much, you could actually see what I'm doing as I'm working on it. But just with the position of my light in this office, I've tried everything. I have a blinder up there, actually repositioning the light. It's still not enough. I mean, I do have a light set up. I'll try to bring it in and see if it helps. I got one more trick up my sleeve in regards to lighting. Hellbent on the Hulk book yanking Noel around now. King in black so big right now. Just really cool to have him looking desperate weak SmackDown detaining. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I have an idea for my light. Ooh, what is it?
She loses to Don Jr. I'm gonna refill my coffee. Isn't the coffee right there? It's right across the table. Yeah, we're working with a nice big cup. We went through those boxes of Dunkin' Donuts. Nick let me off for the day. Said, don't worry about it. Don't worry, coffee bitch.
It should work perfectly, but you're gonna need a couple of mirrors. Couple of mirrors. No, I don't know what you plan on doing.
Had a fucking espresso machine and cereal I just used to eat. So
nope, no clip. Couple of mirrors. Bounce it off a couple of times and try and keep its luminosity. However you want it. Yeah, you'd think that it's easier said than done, but if I had the space for that, I would definitely consider it. But the way that my office is set up is I do not have very much space in here. It'd be easier to move my desk, which, now that I think about it,
I promise I will use the word every day that I'm present. Not in public. I'll wake up and I'll say it with a soft
I think it might be better to bring another desk in here. Turn this bad boy sideways, put it over there.
My wife, when the doctor feels things, come over here.
So what do I do with my wall now?
I look over, I'm a big joke in our house, and I look over at my wife and I say, you are not the father, just like a
I'm really thinking about it.
Now, why wouldn't you give me head, Joe? Yes, thank you. I don't even Dr. Phil tried to do like a Mari thing. He would bring up like black couples and he'd be like, why are you not paying child support?
I'll try my light, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll
He's like, he
might
said,
move
you
my
gotta stop
table.
being a deadbeat father and take care of your kids. I'm a professor.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know how we got on.
yeah, we're not sure.
We just answered. Well, I have the results right here. Results for what? And it's just like that drawing of the racist cartoon, the black guy with the cell phone. And all the words are like gabba gabba pigs.
I don't know that one.
That's it all crazy. There's a picture of that. Here's the shit, you go online.
Yeah, I can
You
move
go on
it.
Furshare and you see the picture. You go the big.
Well, you know, it is going to be a pain in the ass to move this desk, but
Similar to the racist Jewish one, or
I appreciate you trying to help me, but it'd be kind of hard for you to help if you can't see
I think that's
and measure.
this one. Oh, wow, that's
But I am open to any ideas you have.
It looks like that one's from an age where cell phones existed. The money lender one is, I think that's
but you know.
centuries. Sure. I think that's from maybe the early 20th century.
I don't know.
They had a modern player, so you think so?
I think this is from Mad Magazine. Back when they were so kooky.
What the fuck? So Mad Magazine has nothing to do with Mad TV?
It's the same brand. Speaking of brands,
You wanna watch that TV?
I'm really excited about fish you know, what I could not stop thinking about today is
Pastor of my old church gave it to me. Nice. I'll take a picture. Cool.
Yeah.
It's really,
Check it.
Yeah, it's really been on my mind. I really can't. I'm so excited about it.
And me too, by the way. I'm at the same level as you. Yeah, I'm feeling that way too.
Oh, about
California.
yeah.
Your lab thing. And lab. My favorite part is that it's lab.
A lot of people have Georgia on their mind. A lot of people have Georgia on their mind for racist reasons. Victory. A victory. A victory.
Joe, how
Hallelujah.
would you smoke some CBD out of my ass?
Georgia. 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 Georgia.
Sounds a little drunk. You need a little piece of that.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't drink, dude. It's his stutter. Yeah, it's his stutter. It's his stutter. He got mad at his boys for getting drunk at his bachelor party. You fucking serious? Yeah, he's her. What? He's not. Yeah, in like the 60s. Yeah. He even do drugs? Well, I don't think he likes them getting too threatened.
That's why Chrissy James is one.
That's why Hunter.
Chrissy James is one of the best ways to say this. When I smoke it, I feel like they say there's no drugs in it, but I feel so fucked up. I can't read, I can't think. Dude, I'm just.
Zoe said you can throw magenta down. Yeah? Call it the day. That big bastard thing. Huh.
Oh, damn. I'm on a different
Wow.
planet right now.
Interesting. Oh, you're a liar. Oh, okay. Had me going there.
Put your balls back in your monkey. We can't even get John about
I am about to finish this one. So
So yeah, wait. Let's joke.
around in the home stretch.
James is so good it makes you retarded.
No, it's that a retarded guy smoking CBD and pretending to be high. So, no, I'm not talking.
I'll get to your red one tonight, but I might no more than an hour into it or so. Oh, probably put more. We'll see what's going to working on for a couple of days, I'm sure.
And everyone's like,
Logging some serious
high quality coochie
outreach into it.
has no THC.
Like this one was pretty simple, so it probably took me, you can go through my videos, I probably did like 30 minutes to an hour of work on this one off camera. You know, just kind of when I'm working on it but I don't have enough time to stream. I like to only stream if I have like 45 minutes or an hour at least to put up. Otherwise I'll just kind of work off camera for a little while and then So total on this one, let's see, I probably going to put another 30 minutes or an hour into it, and probably put 3.5 to 4 something hours into it. So I'm getting away with this one with just doing like probably 5 hours or less total,
I certainly am not just
which is good.
a way to construct an alternate reality in which something goes.
I need to do these a little bit faster
His life sounds worse than
if I can.
in terms of all the work you have to do. We come here, we barely do any bullshit. We barely.
Yeah, my job doesn't end. I take the file. I go through every semester. I listen to the Biden impression over and over again. I mean, a lot of people, they really don't. They think I don't work at all. You sit in your apartment for hours.
If it's still showing, no rush in my book. Buying that piece, it's still showing.
Was that you? Right. That was me.
Talking about the grades book? Oh, you mean?
That's really good.
Yeah.
And you know,
victory.
You know, it'd be a really big.
It's not close when I do it now. I don't know what it is or something else.
You were that you had in the
victory. Fair. A victory. A victory. A victory. A victory. Am I there?
Yeah. You know, it would be a
Smokable flower.
That's right. You know, it would be a really big victory. Would be to go to cushydreams.com.
I'm gonna read the ingredients to this shit.
KUSHY dreams.com. Put in the promo code COMCOUNT and get 20% off your first order. Already. The point is, if you want to smoke your CBD, because you got to smoke your CBD because you can't. And that's a really big victory.
A victory. Victory. A victory. Where the fuck is the copy? Here we go. Gushy Dreams offers a full lineup of premium smokable CBD.
Also, I wanted to know if you record and save all your streams or if they're all saved on Facebook. I mean, they're all just on Facebook, so I do have the option to record my streams, but they're also on YouTube, so I could just download them there. So I don't waste space on my computer if I don't have to. And luckily, Facebook. I don't know how to download things from Facebook. I've tried, and it's a pain in my ass. I've never been successful with it. I'm sure somebody could show me, but I could download things from YouTube, so I could always go get my videos there. So I do have them in a repository. Except I don't have all my videos on YouTube, just the last few. Going forward, they're all going to be on there.
Your CBD is the most efficient.
We forgot about Cabinet. Cabinet Secretary of State for Urban Affairs.
I don't think I have any views on YouTube. It's very strange. Figured just because I was doing a live stream that I would get some views because it would pop up like on the new live stream list. I must not be putting the right tags on there or something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't really have time to figure that out.
A whole bunch of scientists, the cannabis flower experts. Because you do both of you, you do a little bit of RAS.
Richard Biden's name.
I was a lawyer. I defended them that pretty.
Well, you defended him against yourself?
That's Cape Fear.
Okay, yeah.
I was a public defender assigned in this case, but I was also the victim.
Wow. Wait, is that what happened in Cape Fear?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Counselor, you were supposed to represent me, counselor. And just because I fucked you in the ass.
He's both the victim and the attorney.
What was I supposed to do? They fucked me in the ass.
That's not how the law works. No, that's exactly what happened.
Nick Nolte.
If you have them saved in great resolution, I'll send you an external HD where if you are willing, you can put your streams from my 2 books, however many there are, 4 terabyte, which I have 2 of them, so if you need both for both. No, they're not that big. They're pretty small. I could put them on a thumb drive here for you, so don't worry about that. Try and have forever process for you. That's cool. It's a good idea. I think I may be able to download them. I can get them. I can run this. So what I could do is like download the ones on YouTube, and then if one of the ones of yours is not on YouTube, I could just play the video on my computer like I'm watching it, and then run OBS Studio, which is a software that I use to stream, and then select that frame in OBS Studio, select the frame that is playing the video, and then just record that frame so I can make a fresh recording. Might not be full quality, but it will be better than nothing. I could definitely get something like that.
Who's the wife in that? Jane Fonda?
That sounds right.
How about go to heaven?
And be like anti-Vietnam. That's what you think. Don't they tell you a very different time? It's like a kind of a dorm room prank, right? But yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I thought we
Go over all that.
Say the code. I'm trying to find it. Promo code CUMTOWN for 20%.
That's right. SushiDreams.com.
Relax. Anytime hybrid.
I honestly do literally fuck with Sushi Dreams. I'll be speaking that CBD. I like the hustle.
I guess I'm actually fucked up on weed, and now I speak fine. Victory.
Victory.
Algorithm.
What's the perfect crime, Adam? Oh, it's kind of like a dorm room prank. You piss in a cookie sheet, and then you freeze it, and then you slide it underneath someone's door. That is pretty good. And then it melts into a puddle. I wouldn't say it's a perfect crime because you get caught still. Well, you can't get caught because you didn't open the door. You know? Yeah, it's like that riddle where someone kills himself with an icicle, right? So that it melts. Or someone stabs someone with an icicle. Remember one? Me and Dana were hanging out.
And I was just like, bored. And it was just, her like apartment at the time, it was like sun. It was a nice day, just like, I couldn't move, right? And then just eating croissants. And so, I guess she started like looking up like riddles on her phone. I don't know where that is. But one of them was, what's a crime you can get arrested for attempting but not convicted?
Suicide, right?
Well, that was the answer, but someone had responded, killing every police officer.
That's really good.
This is a much better.
Yeah, it's much better. Wait, you can't get arrested for attempted suicide.
Yeah.
What? No, you can't.
Adam and riddles, man. State capital riddles.
State capitals, let's go.
The little stinker personality.
It's the worst kind of personality.
Yeah, we agree.
But how would you get arrested with attempted
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a book
suicide?
together called The Little Stinker Personality.
Oh, I have so much
all
to
the state
contribute.
phobia.
I have so much to contribute.
Yeah, Adam. I watched Bright Lights, Big City. Yeah, that guy reminds me.
What?
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
It's about a guy that's doing he's just doing cocaine all the time, lives in New York, he's got a bunch of cool friends.
How big is this bit?
But it's like,
Really small.
he's dating a model, and she leaves him, and then he like can't do anything.
Is that really the movie?
Yeah. And then he like fancies himself a writer, but he can't. He doesn't write literate. He never gets any writing done.
Sounds pretty much like.
He never gets any writing done. He just sits in his apartment and goes out and does cocaine.
That sounds good.
And then at the end of the movie, he gets drunk and embarrasses himself, and then just like while still fucked up, cruises along like the west side and pretends like there's some voiceover indicating that like his writer's block is gone, but the things he's saying are like incredibly trite and bad, and really just terrible writing. This is Writer Jake Fox? Yeah, probably the worst writing in the movie. It's like closing like internal monologue.
Is it supposed to be bad?
What he eats bread? No.
It's
yet another like it's yet another like self-centered kind of humor movie. Yeah. But if there's like a slight self-indulgence, it's tragic. You know, so it's not like a chill where you don't really give a shit about the guy who's not. Yeah. I saw the Covered Branch Village, which is a pretty funny movie. It's pretty like it seems like it's just hey everybody, it's me the Pope. Here I come. You're a saint. You're a saint. Angel wings for everybody. We're all gonna wear wings and fuck each other in the ass. Welcome to Vatican III. It makes you worse before. When did you get glasses? Yeah, a lot.
Simulate fruit. Oh, damn, this
And
one.
his voice was like, like kind of high pitched. Totally different.
Looking to a database really quickly, so they show and see, look, this is our neighbor. Yeah,
Really cute.
maybe. So say making hosty books. Yeah, that would be cool. Same way I appreciate it now, or I'll change my mind.
Yeah, Julia Roberts.
Yeah, you did tell me about the will. Okay, sweet bro. If you do that, I'll pay for them much like how couples pay for marriage phase. No, you don't have to do that. No problem. You don't have to pay for it. Regards to my will, yeah, I'm going to have it adjusted so only looks good ring, exception of soils. You are to be confident. And then you're really confident about the birth book. First reading. No, that's not my book. Two.
And it was big and blue, made out of jeans. And then they got rid of that because it was racist. And they said it was racist. I wrote the 1994 Farm Bill on the inside of third dungarees. And shit. Back then we didn't have pens. You had to write everything in your pants on shit. You had to let a turd poke out of your asshole and write the little
That's
a little bit like a mechanical pen.
That is quite a bit, but try to get to it when I get a chance. Sometimes they just kind of build up on me.
Basically, you put a cock in my mouth and you push down a couple of notches. Pull out my ass. So the cock would push the turd out.
It's been an hour already? Can't believe
it. Take a mechanical pencil, you press it out all the way, you put it on your arm and hold the eraser, pretend like you were doing drugs. Yeah. But the difference was I was doing drugs for real. I was in third grade shooting dope.
Oh, really?
I was the first guy, I took it from the Chinese.
I was doing opium.
I was the first guy in Delaware in Scranton. In Scranton, Delaware, doing Chinese opium.
Now let me ask you, why was it why did you take a popsicle?
Opium. Opium.
So Joe, when you were shitting in your pants, did you have special underwear?
Stop hitting us. I'm not hitting us. Mack Weldon underwear is the only underwear that you can wear all the way to the bank. Her underwear is the way all the way to the bank. Her underwear is the way all the way to the bank. Yes, sir. This is going to be the next 4 years of this podcast. All right. Trying to get closer. I feel like I finally know It's almost gone.
Wow, dude. Trump wasn't an easy one.
He is. He's very easy.
People thought he's hard to get.
I feel like
perfect.
at the 11th,
No.
at the 11th hour, there was one guy that did a really good one. That
Did
went
you?
in LA.
Plenty of guys.
There's plenty of guys that do it perfect.
That
It's
was,
an easy impression, but for whatever reason, I can't do it.
yeah, I guess there are a couple. There's a
I couldn't do it.
Tony guy.
It's difficult. It's very tricky. For me, it wasn't easy.
But that's like more like younger Trump, I feel like. There's like an old guy element to the voice too. Whatever.
Look, the thing is, when you put the underwear in your pussy and in your asshole, it feels awesome.
You gotta put that underwear in the pocket pussy.
Yeah, you just go ahead and put the underwear in your pocket pussy. Hell, just go ahead. Just ball it up, put it in your pussy. You'll feel fresher than a baby. That's the Mac Weldon guarantee. They're good for wearing, but they're also good for keeping your pussy dry. Or, if you're trans, you don't have a dildo handy, you could ball up a Mac Weldon or put them in your new pussy. Keep it nice and open.
They're antimicrobial.
They're antimicrobial, so they're not going to smell bad. There's no one's going to cough your office. If you have Mac Weldon stuff up there, you pussy. They're
And that's free silk.
You can, and if times are tough, you can fucking melt the underwear down and get the silver and sell that.
Yeah, and silver is the new standard.
Why not HIV? Special underwear.
Make sure that I didn't transmit the virus.
I didn't know Mac Weldon was gonna stop AIDS from spreading. Tiger blood.
We're not positive about that, but it's a good chance that Mac Weldon stops it.
Man, you can't really see anything down there, but a few lines on his chest, and it's looking pretty good.
About me, Indian guy.
Pretty good. A little bit of correction on his forehead there.
Is Indian guy. All the way from downtown India. Coming at you all the way live.
What do you think of Mac Weldon's?
I cannot wait to wear it with my bottom sandals. The bottom
So
sandals.
just underwear and a pair of sandals.
Oh my God, I can't wait to wear it. Doctor.
Wow.
Do My name is Prajeet.
Regime.
I'm watching you.
I like this guy. Tell me about this guy.
I don't know.
So Brigitte, the Indian guy that talks like Brigitte. Brigitte.
They believe in smart design, fabrics, and simple training. That's awesome. Your experience activities, not Portland is the most comfortable underwear, sweatshirts, and dresses, and sweatpants in
Wow.
They want you to be comfortable, so you don't keep it and still you can see Not only does it look good, it performs well too. It's good for working out, going to work, going on dates, just everyday life.
Getting pussy.
Personal experience must include the host's personal experience with the product. For example, what did you buy? How easy was it to use the website? Which project is your favorite and why? What kind of activities did you do while wearing a new Mac Weldon clothes?
Stop it there. Nick got his ass whipped. Or wearing the coat.
He was wearing the.
That's not fucking true. It's a fucking lie.
Yes, it is. Nicholas Pantoliano.
Yeah, Joey Underpants here.
Joey Underpants Leona.
Joey Underpants Leona.
That's good.
Now, growing up in Newark, everybody was gay. You had to wear a scarf down the corner to have gay sex with guys.
Really?
I watched some interview with them.
You sent me that. That was fucking so weird.
What did they talk about the Matrix?
wearing like weird bowlers and like purple.
Steampunk?
Sort of, yeah.
I tell you what, I went to Macron because and I got the I just went there they got nice endings.
Yeah, I was looking at.
But I need permission from the artist. It's a fan art who drew Venom biting Spider-Man's head off, but wanted the image scanned or forever put on Venom on blank. So no, you can put whatever you want on a blank because that's not a commercial sale. That's fan art. You're just doing it as just a one-off, and it's not. If I were to take his image, copy paste it, try to sell that as my own art and say I did it, he could come after me for that for whatever money I make, which wouldn't be much. But if I tried to put it on a t-shirt, he could sue me for that. But if I were to, like, say, draw my own version of it, he couldn't come after me for that because it's a similar concept, but the image that, as long as I don't take the image that he created, the exact same image, I think it has to be 15% different legally for it to not be like if you had copyright on something. If someone else created something that was 15% different but shared 85% of the rest of its elements, you could not sue that person. So someone still to this day could make a knockoff Superman and call him Super Duper Man, and could make t-shirts and all that stuff, and as long as it's 15% different than Superman, then you're good to go. What makes it 15% different? That depends. The courts view different elements of characters having different weights in their, they make up scales and stuff. So like for instance, the title of a character is worth like 15% of its total, creative intellectual property. The colors of their costume or the colors of the character make up another percentage. So there's like name, appearance, there's so many different things that go into that. It's really the only thing you need to know is just don't steal anyone's art. But you can, just don't. There's not a reason to. But if you appreciate someone's art, you can reach out to them, ask if you can use it for your t-shirt or whatever. Cut them in on it, if it sells, give them a portion of the profit or whatever, and then just draw your own version of it. It's the best thing to do. That's why I'm allowed to make a print of like this Venom that I'm drawing. I might make a print of him in the near future, but I'd have to replace the trailing tentacles behind him, and I'd have to replace the gauntlet with something that I drew, because I don't own the rights to those parts of the images, and obviously his signature down there. Because if I were to put those things on a print and try to sell it as my own, then he could sue me for the gauntlet, which I wouldn't want to try to get away with any of that anyway, but that's just explaining the rules.
Well, yeah, Eric Roberts is like his fucking cousin who gets him fired and always fucks his life up.
Oh, he's a bad.
Yeah, Paul. And
who made it?
it's a fun movie. But
I gotta watch it.
It's kind of fun. It was a fun watch. But anyway, he gets Daryl Hannah pregnant.
Oh.
A hot piece of ace, if I do say so myself. And she's like, he gets fired, and she's like, why don't we just, I can pick up some extra shifts, you can get a job as a waiter. He's like, I'm not gonna be no fucking waiter. He's like, what the fuck do I look like being a fucking waiter? And she leaves him, and he hits her, and then she leaves him. And he basically chooses
Go over the
one of
chest
his
symbol one more
options.
time.
He chooses to
We're getting
instead
closer.
just hang around Greenwich Village with his stupid fucking cousin who almost gets them killed up and have to fight the mafia.
Throw some goo on there.
Instead of just having an honest life with a hot-ass woman. And it basically reads like anti-Italian propaganda. Like it's supposed to be sympathetic, but it's just a real big piece of shit. But I guess that is the Italian way.
If so, he's on Instagram. I'll ask him. The image is disgusting. How do you feel about it? Okay, cool. I'm definitely going to commission him for that then. That would make a sick ass cover. I know it takes a lot of creative process away, so that's why I'm asking. Two, definitely reach out and generate so big things, probably I'll use the gauntlet. You asked and match, especially if Clayton's made money off it. Yeah. So, problem is, Clayton, first of all, this isn't Clayton's image, this is Skisuwan. Second, if I did want to just copy Clayton, Photoshop Clayton's gauntlet, I would be allowed to if he owned the rights to that image, but he sold the rights to that image to be put on a comic book, so I don't know if he owns the rights to the rest of the image, but I reckon they probably all go to Marvel. That's the trade, is that they put your art on a comic book, you pay them money, and then you get to go sell the comic book. And it's what all these variant shops do, is they get to go sell their variant books that they set up with their artists through Marvel. Marvel gets the rights to all the things that get printed on the books in the end. So that's where they make their money, is they get to now use, you know, his art. They get to use Clayton's art for whatever they want, because Marvel's dicks. So yes, even though Clayton would probably give me the rights to use Gauntlet 1, I wouldn't take those rights because it's lazy. I'll paint my own gauntlet. Take me an hour. I don't need to get a pre-painted gauntlet. And two, Marvel owns the rights to the gauntlet, and they're not going to give it to me, or at least the gauntlet that he painted and put on that book. He could give me the rights to another gauntlet he painted for sure. Then he could just give me the rights to all of his stuff, and I could just be a professional Clayton Crane t-shirt printer. But, you know, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to kick ass and take names, not sell bootleg images. Unless they're images that I drew, in which case, yes, I'm here to sell bootleg images. But I'm not here to steal bootleg images. I'm here to paint them as unique, original pieces of art that are sometimes requested to be kind of pseudo bootleg images. Sometimes. Sometimes not.
What does is we get everybody benefits me for sure. Everybody gets a piece and a half. We're gonna cut it up and we're all gonna eat it. I wonder what kind of odds my bookie is putting on Donald Trump winning 2024. That would be fun. That's a fun $100.
Man, I never thought Donald Trump would win. And I never thought he'd lose this one. I was wrong both times. I'm terrible at predicting who the president will be.
I don't think Roosevelt speaks the word or something. No, wait, that's the other. That one. No, the Alex Trebek's dead. There's no reason why don't they give us Jeopardy? Wait, was Chester gay for real? Wait a minute. I thought some guy named Pierce was gay. Franklin Pierce? Buster Chester. One of them had like one of his boys in the White House, and everyone said he fucked him.
I think Edgar J. Hoover, he was super mega gay, right? You and your CIA buddies probably know all about that, right, Jonathan?
All of life was living in a fucking. What I did know is that Trump's the only president to ever be impeached, lose the popular vote, and only serve one term. Which that makes sense. That you hit the trifecta, baby. I mean, that makes you like imagine fucking out every aspect of becoming president. I still did it. I did it. She's a cunt. I didn't say it. I didn't even say that she was a cunt, but she is. It's fun seeing he Hillary more shit. My bookie buddy. My bookie buddy. My bookie buddy. What can I say?
The chest looks like it's self-corrected, man. Well, I nudged it here and there, and I really made it a lot bigger than it was initially, so that I could correct it within that, you know, fix the silhouette. So,
this guy? What is he? Fucking what are you, Chinese?
Yeah, like those variants and stuff. Gotcha, that's why I never said make this exact image, that comic. Yeah, you know, I can make like a photo copy realistic version of something as long as I'm selling it on a gauntlet. As for a t-shirt, I couldn't just paint Clayton's Venom 7 onto a t-shirt and unless I changed it significantly, because he could still sue, or whoever owns the image could still sue me because it's not at least 15% different, because then it would fall into the category of, well, this is 95% the same image. So like I could make a facsimile perfect copy of any art as long as I'm selling it on a comic, because that's not a commercial sale, that's a sale of an original art piece. But if I try to turn it into a commercial thing, like selling it as a print or a t-shirt, then I could get nailed. So that's the line right there. So I could put anything you want on a book, as long as it's a one-of-a-kind original. I could put it on a canvas or anything you want and sell it, and there's no copyright. Unless I tried to copyright it as my own. See, there's so many complexities that go into this crap, which I wouldn't be allowed to copyright as my own for the same reason that I couldn't put it on a t-shirt. Yep, Edgar Hoover wore ladies' clothes, high heels, you know what? It wasn't just him. Hoover's heels. Never ever claimed to be gay, that's true. Nor do I think he was in the closet gay. He was probably bi. Well, you know, I don't even like to define. There's no. It doesn't matter what he was. He just wasn't straight, I guess, is just the only. The podcast I'm listening to was wondering if there was any president that wasn't straight, and one of them was saying, "Oh, was it Pierce?" I was just muttering to myself. I said, "Well, I think J. Edgar Hoover was gay as the day is long. He had his personal aide, his sidekick guy, his second in command, was like, he would like go on trips to Hawaii with them, and there's pictures of them like holding hands on the beach and stuff, and they would stay in the same apartment together and live together and drive to work together every day, and they're basically just husband and husband, and that's fine. I think we've talked about. I don't care. It's not relevant to me. But I was just. I don't even know why I brought that up. It's the podcast. I was just talking to myself. And you had to point it out, didn't you? You had to. Just kidding, buddy. I know, I'm just talking to you in here, so. I just don't want to get hashtag canceled, okay? I'm scared.
But to my point is, because I'm straight, I'm saying I like that combo of half Jewish, half Chinese girl. Yeah. I haven't seen Clarence in years.
Last time I saw him, we were getting lo mein.
Last time Clarence was here, we got lo mein, and then we ate a couple of pennies. And I sent him on his way after taking the pennies back.
Loopholes and loopholes and brick walls with the legal system. Yeah, definitely had multiple sexual preferences. Yeah, like you said, really bad in their own world. That's right. Everybody lives in their own little world. That's for true.
I love this guy.
Let's see.
Visit mybookie.com today. MyBookie online today. That's MYBOOK. Forget to use the promo code COMETOWN when creating an account. Wait, is it MyBookie.online now? No, MyBookie online. Go online to MyBookie. Yeah, you can find them. They definitely own that Donald Trump support. Yeah, you got fucking it'll be kind of funny watching the alt-right turn into resistance live. Well, yeah, basically. Yeah. The screaming and the Somebody photoshopped the MAGA hat on that woman, and that Amos Chin Chong guy retweeted it. And he was like, "It's so sad that the right has to like Photoshop pictures of the left to express their point." It's like, yeah, it's because it's like it hasn't happened. We're gonna we'll have that later. Of course, that lady's gonna happen.
Although that initial lady was so bad. Even when like you're pissed that he won.
Here's the thing too. It's all just bullshit, anyways. It's not like really about fucking politics for these people. So just jump shit. Just pretend like, oh, of course I voted for Biden. You're a Trump guy. Just pretend you voted for Biden and wanted him to win. That's what winners do. You wouldn't do that, Donald Trump.
Sure, 100%.
You want to be more like Trump. And the most Trump thing Trump could do right now is be like, I voted for Biden. I said he was going to win. I told you so. I was the one saying it.
Do I want to leave those straps hanging off his arm?
I don't.
No, I don't.
I do. I'm rich.
Oh, wait for Trump News Network, dude.
Yeah.
TNN.
It's going to be sick. I'm ready for him to be a judge on Dancing with the Stars.
Let's call the women pigs.
You look like an absolute pig.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I went from feeling like, oh, Joe Biden, if he doesn't get like 90%, it's a fail. And now thinking that it's the most logical conclusion in terms of narrative to have like a mentally enfeebled man be Donald Trump after these last 4 years. To literally have America say, we're going to choose a more retarded guy.
It's very funny.
It's very funny. Those Congo was not forget. She's out there. She's out there with her family.
I'm not the first person to give pussy in this office, and I'm not going to be the last.
That guy Doug, though.
I may be the first person to make a pussy fart into the microphone, but I will not be the last.
Yep. Don't you points so just pussy farts?
And this is for everyone who thought they were going to be here and didn't make it.
What's your pussy?
And you just see a sea of women in blue. I'm still with her shirts like, yeah! Because you know that's my pussy farting.
We're people
Yes!
Were people in Astoria celebrating Donald Trump's defeat?
Yeah.
They were out on the street.
I mean, not as much as Brooklyn, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're popping off, dude.
Even the white ladies here they were stoked. They were really
I
happy.
bet you a lot of guys got pussy.
People were taking shots on the street around the corner. They were very happy.
I bet you the pussy was flowing like fucking wine, dude.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what that is.
I'm keeping to it and trying not to let other worlds collide. It won't get canceled. Facebook is anti-government right now, in my opinion. After that bullshit Congress did pull out, Zuckerberg in front of them, along with the CEO of Twitter.
I don't know about that, but
And one other person, like if I bring these people in and ask some questions, if they have completely zero idea of how it works from the ground up.
it's like they're not gonna.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sucks. It really sucks. The way
I don't know, I never considered that. Could be.
well, I'm not sure, you know.
I really have no idea.
I did. In Toronto. When I moved to Sussex, yeah.
I think that Facebook is here to make some money,
You know, oh, it's nice that
and
it was really, it was so much fun.
I don't know what comes with that.
When you're
We'll
like
find out.
drunk or whatever, and everyone's like, yeah, can you lick my asshole? And you're like, I don't know, my tongue's still like dry from having to get all the dust off the lenses with it. Whatever bullshit I had to do, which I'm exaggerating. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, we
It was
just
like, hey,
sat in the truck.
can you not double park the truck in a fire lane? just because I'm I'm the lowest guy on the ladder. They're like, no, I'm a disabled. I don't work here. I'm a disabled person trying to get it.
I'm a disabled firefighter. I need to hire.
But really though, yeah, when you're like acting thing, everybody just kisses your ass.
Yeah, when you're talented.
Well, yeah, because they have to call you that. It has to be built in your job title that you're good at.
And your talent.
Because like the people that are very good at it are such like temperamental fucking like psychos that
I know it is really funny.
yeah. They have to just like to make sure that you don't have a meltdown and ruin the whole day.
Right. It's like a fucking.
It's like it's like built in. Yeah, no, it's like being a baby. Yeah. It's like you get to go be a baby for a day. Totally.
And it's not hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You say the word.
like it is hard to like get good at acting, but like in terms of physically acting, like just
Heavy no gringo on this one.
I guess you're the star or something.
Yeah.
You just pop in for like a fucking scene.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, I really want to now after I played it, I was like, dude, if I could just be the guy that can do every studio. It's like, I tell you, I'll take the trash out next week. What the hell is this? A dead baby? Hey, Mikey, get over here. I think this woman's been raped to death in the elevator. There's a woman
Wait,
Lucy all
something's
ground
telling
up
me
in the
not to do
elevator
gringo.
key. What the hell is this? I wanted a hot dog, not a guy's cock in the shop. Yeah, let me get a number 2 with the sausage. What the fuck is this? It's a woman's dress flattened out with cum all over it from a suspect.
There just a little.
That's the thing, Elliot. They went to get a sandwich, and what they got instead was a little girl's pussy. Someone's going around all the sandwich shops in Staten Island, changing all the sandwiches with little girl's pussy.
Changing them all.
Somebody done fucked me in my ass. My fellow American,
Yep.
the new guy Hadid fucked me in my ass. The new guy Hadid fucked me in my ass. Muja Hadid fucked me in my ass. Muja Hadid fucked me in my ass.
That's honestly my favorite fucking thing ever.
Yeah. MyBookie.ag promo code compound.
That's right.
For something where they match up to like $1,000 or something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good deal. It changes every time. It says the same thing. Oh, also, I should say the show in Connecticut got canceled. The show in Connecticut gets canceled. We'll just bang out all the plugs. Come.town for shirts. If you want this podcast, our host is now doing a little switcheroo. Sometimes the episode is gone, or the podcast is inaccessible for a week.
Was it a week? I thought it was like 2 days.
No, it was like 4 days. But yeah, they're good guys. Like we do with Shout Engine, and I like them. Sam is like 4 people.
Right.
So when like big shit like that happens, and they're inundated with messages, instead of wait till it's fixed. But otherwise, yeah. Also, So if you want, if this show ever goes down again, the Patreon has a whole backlog.
Yep.
Because it was really wild. People were like, I'm trying to listen to old episodes. I'm like, this is probably the nicest weather I've seen in my life.
Yeah, if you were on the East Coast and you messaged us about it being down, go outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to, bro, you gotta change your shit around. Your whole life is fucked up. Dude, we went with, me and Adam went with Will and that, and I guess I got it worse than the rest of it. I was dreading what kind of like pain I'm feeling, and just fucking, I was so afraid.
See, God, I knew you were wrong as usual because this kid looks great.
Home run derby.
Yeah, I was literally, swinging.
For a moment there, I thought I wasn't supposed to do the goo. Then I realized I was just about to put it in the wrong spot. Is the only reason why I was told to stop.
And it's weird because it's like,
I was commanded, halt, do not make the goo. So I halted.
Yeah.
Turned out.
Shallow left field. Yeah, right. A little blooper.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a home run.
Yeah.
I love the sound of the crack.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at swinging a bat, but I never did. I was scared of baseball. It was an American-ass sport, so I never really. My parents put me in
With the
baseball.
peanuts and cracker jokes.
They put me in because they thought it was the more American sport than speed. I wish I went into soccer.
Well, that's what makes it more American. Is it's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a game
With
for
the fat
everybody.
guys for fat.
You can be fat. You can be a fat guy and play baseball.
Remember David Wells?
Everybody. Everybody.
Legend.
Is that? Everybody.
Pretty good.
That's it.
Pretty good.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everybody in the club getting tips. Everybody in the club getting tips.
We'll get it. Oh, also, I want to say
That's so
by the time this comes,
we'll get it.
yeah, we'll get it. Forget it.
I'm part of it. I'm part of it.
By the time this comes out, the 2021 calendar should be out. Definitely get the Stabby Baby 2021s. I went to the studio. I hired an artist to fucking whip some shit up. We got some nice stuff going. You're gonna love it. So yeah, if you have all the holidays on all the calendar squares, we got the major holidays. If you have Israel and Independence, absolutely not. Certainly not. Research up and call it Israel. To check that shit out, and hopefully I'll be Bananas Comedy Club in December in Cincinnati. This Bananas in Hasbro Heights, December.
Yeah, we wanted to name it Go Bananas, but that was already taken, so we just went with Bananas.
And also Atlantic City Comic Club. Hopefully there is
The
no.
dream was always to have a club called Bananas, Go Bananas. And there had to be a banana theme. There had to be banana. Because what we're trying to do is strip the blacks and coming in.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah,
that's
the name is Bananas and trick black people into going in.
Stop it. Cut his mic. That's what that.
Everything was segregated. I was one of the first people who said, let's call everything bananas and help the economy.
To reintegrate, yeah. And I apologize. The shows in Connecticut got canceled. There were some weird restrictions, and it just made sense not to do shows in a casino in Connecticut. So hopefully I can go back with Corona. Now that Joe Biden is solving coronavirus, hopefully, I guarantee you, once it's safe, I will be doing a tour everywhere. I can't wait.
Also, we're pushing up the deadline to order shirts to come back before the holidays. Just to be safe, you should give yourself like 2 to 3 weeks for them to ship the orders. If you catch them in between like prints, then it's gonna be you might get your cheeks clapped.
Oh, also, I'm going to be auctioning.
Oh, my chicks clapped.
I'm going to be auctioning off some. It's all going to No, it's a strip guy. No, it's a hot strip. It's your brother. It is his brother's name. It's your girl named Charity's brother.
St. Jude's. It's going to St. Jude.
So yeah, 1% of it will be
It's very funny that there's only one Jewish saint. He's always asking for extra change.
for kids. For sick kids.
Sure.
The hospital is for sick kids. They put on clown noses and make the sick kids feel like they're not going to
St.
die.
Jude is the patron saint is asking for maybe rounding up the dollar maybe to $2.
For the
It's
kids.
$1.78. Why not? Just give me 12 more cents.
For the kids. And for their incredibly well compensated executive staff.
It's for the kids. Yeah. They used to have it before movies had started. You showed up like 30. I don't know why I've done that in my life. You get to like sometimes I don't know. Maybe it was my dad's fault. I don't know.
But Ken would do that. We did it for
My mom would do it too. My mom used to do that with like the airport. Where it's like we'd have to fly somewhere and she'd be like 7 hours ago, 15 hours flight. And then you're just sitting there fucking pissed.
Reagan honestly just looked at that close up and said, "Whoa, Daddy, Daddy, I want to draw that." Ran to the chalkboard aisle thing. I'll take a picture of what she does for you. Nice. Very cool, man. Here's kind of a best you can get of what I'm doing here. So kind of still frame that and better use that as a reference. So then, yeah, the best thing I would do for her, to tell her what to do, you know, is just kind of use life models, you know. See how I kind of use this action figure, put him in the same pose as the Infinity Gauntlet, and then I can kind of play with him for my light, you know. So I'm sure she has some dolls around of characters that she likes, so she could put them in a pose, put them any which way she wants. You know, I could do them backwards and just set them up and draw them. Just draw what you see, and we call that life drawing. And if she life draws enough, then tracing was really important for me at that age, like tracing an image in like a coloring book, you know, and just trace it, and it makes you feel like you drew it, and it just kind of gives you a little bit of style and encourages you to keep doing it. So that would be a good exercise. But as long as she's drawing, that's all that matters. It doesn't even matter what she's drawing, really. So maybe she can. Maybe Clayton give her some tips too one of these days. Alright, I'm going to take a little break, let this Zoe title dry, and then I'll come back in and finish it up. Probably not too much longer, maybe 10 minutes. Alright, man.